Okay, so my very first video that I did on ranking things on Tier Maker, it was about Canadian cities with a population of more than 75,000 people, and I kind of just did it just as a test to see, what kind of response that kind of video would get, and it was a lot better than I thought. That video is doing pretty well. You guys seem to have enjoyed it, getting some pretty interesting comments on it. Discussion back and forth on what they thought of this city versus another. So I figured, let's keep making this style of video. So this one today, we're going to be doing Canadian province and territory flags tier list maker. So every single provincial flag, all 10, and the 3 flags of the 3 territories. So yeah, if you guys like these sort of videos, they're super easy to make. I really enjoy making them. Just sort of more of a laid back, open discussion, and I can kind of rant about things. So yeah, let's get right into it. So let's start ranking Canadian flags. And I will say this: our flags they're pretty underwhelming, especially when you look at some of the U.S. state flags. Although to be fair, a good portion of the U.S. state flags are very poorly done. But yeah, let's give it a go. So first off, I'll just go in order of the list here. So, I guess before I start, I've got best, good, okay, not great, and bad. So first we have Alberta. Now, I like Alberta, but I also don't like Alberta because the thing I like about it is the crest or the shield or whatever you want to call this. Mountains are awesome. I'm pretty sure that's wheat. It's a really cool design, but the blue background, it just looks like every single boring U.S. state flag. You know what I mean? Like New York, Pennsylvania. Although the Pennsylvania one does have a really cool crest or shield or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so that kind of brings it down. But I love the mountains and everything, so I'm gonna put Alberta as good, because although I don't like the blue, just the plain blue background, the design is really nice on it. Now BC is a really interesting one. I love the sun. It's one of our more detailed flags. I'm gonna put BC. You know what? I'm also gonna put it as good. It's definitely better than Alberta, but it's not my favorite flag. But it is a very nicely designed flag. The Canadian flag, obviously, Canadian flag is awesome. I love it. Not much debate there. New Brunswick. Now here's gonna be controversial. I love the New Brunswick flag. The ship is awesome. The color scheme is great. It's probably one of the very few places you will see New Brunswick ranked as number 1 in the country, but I really like their flag. It's it's just got a really cool design to it. Next up, Newfoundland. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of the Newfoundland flag, or Newfoundland Labrador, I should say. It's just, I'm gonna call it okay. It's nothing special. I don't even really understand what's going on. I should actually read about that because I have no idea what they're trying to do with it. But yeah, not really a fan of the design. Now we have Quebec, my home province. So I'm probably a little biased, but it's kind of just boring in the sense where it's just the same design 4 times and you get a white cross in the middle, right? But it is iconic, for better or for worse, it's iconic. So I'm just going to put Quebec in good. I do like the Quebec flag. The Sask flag. I feel like they could have done more with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not bad, but I don't love it, but it's definitely not the worst. I'm just going to put it in okay. It's not bad. Now we have the flag of the Northwest Territories. Not really a fan. It's kind of boring. The the crest or the shield? I still don't know what to call these, but it's just kind of boring. Like, it's not super well done, in my opinion. Especially if you look over here at the Yukon flag. The Yukon flag is a lot nicer, I think, but that's just my opinion. But anyways, I'm just gonna put it as not great. Ooh, now the Nova Scotia flag. I quite like it, honestly. I like the white background. I don't think enough of the provinces have a white background. And it's just, again, I spent a good portion, I was born in Nova Scotia, and I spent a good portion of my life in Nova Scotia, so I am biased, but I will put it as good. Next up, we have Ontario, easily the worst Canadian provincial or territorial flag, and it is only worse than Manitoba because the bison in the Manitoba flag is cooler than the flowers in the Ontario one. So it's as simple as that. And then, of course, next up we have Manitoba. You know, if all the provincial and territorial flags had the Union Jack in them, and it was sort of what just the status quo was for all the flags, then you know what, maybe the Manitoba one would probably be the best because it is a cool little crest. But, and I got nothing against the Union Jack either, but it's just the design is kind of boring, and if you looked from afar, you really wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the Ontario or the Manitoba flag. So that's just my opinion on that. Next up, we have Nunavut. This one's really cool. The Inukshuk, great design, the yellow and the white, good color combo, the star, everything. It's a good flag. I like it. Next up, we have Prince Edward Island. I don't know how I feel about the PEI flag. Obviously, it's got the same design at the top as the New Brunswick flag with the that's the Scottish line. I forget what it's called, but at the top, the trees. You know, you got the 3 oaks on the left, and then the bigger. I don't know what tree that is on the right, the bigger one. But it's okay. I think it's a little busy, and the color scheme isn't great. You know, the green and then the brown on the trees, but then with the red and the yellow at the top, it's just the color scheme is not the best. It is very distinct, and you can pick it out pretty easy that that's the flag of Prince Edward Island, but I'm gonna put it in not great. It's not my favorite. I do actually have a PEI flag, like a 3x5 flag, and it does look pretty good, but it's not my favorite. And then next up, Yukon, the Yukon. I just uploaded a video of this particular territory, so go check that out if you haven't seen it already. Came out a couple days ago. Now, like I said before, I like it better than the Northwest Territories flag. Not so much for like the color scheme, but just for the crest. You know, I'm pretty sure that's a husky. I'm pretty sure that's a husky, and then just the shield or the coat of arms. Or again, I'm sorry, I don't know what to call them. Better than the Northwest Territories, that's for sure. But I'm just gonna put it up in the okay category. So yeah, this is my ranking of Canadian flags. I do really like the New Brunswick flag. Probably an unpopular opinion. I know there's a lot of people that don't like it, but I think like the ship is it's so cool, and just a really cool design. It's a very unique design for a flag, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. This is probably not the ranking everybody's gonna have, so let me know what provincial or territorial flags you like the best, which ones you like the least, which ones are just, you know, okay, passable. You know, we don't have the most exciting flags, but some pretty decent ones, I think. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, I plan on making one, a tier maker video about the U.S. state flags, because there's obviously significantly more U.S. state flags than Canadian provincial flags, so that's going to be a bit of a longer video. But yeah, and there's a lot of interesting ones in that video that we can talk about for sure. So if you guys liked it, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, comment on what you guys think, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.